I am John the Liquidator. This is another episode of the Liquidator Report. I hope you guys is having a great day. If you guys have not done so, be sure to subscribe to the channel, hype the channel, and definitely come join the family. So it looked like ESPN, Stephen A. Smith is on a little media run, making comments about white folks. Let's not waste no time. Let's jump right into this thing right now. So Stephen A. Smith was on air calling a basketball game, and I believe he made some strong comments about white folks, man, that has definitely ruffled some feathers online. Now we know Stephen A. Smith has been very outspoken when it comes to several things. So this is at the Pacers and the Oklahoma Thunder game. Say Stephen A. Smith wonder why white people don't get nicknames like Screaming A. Now, some of the comments in this stated white people got names like Skip Bayless. Somebody said, you do a show with the white guy who also yells and is named Mad Dog, sir. Somebody else said, man, that works with a white man named Mad Dog. Somebody else said they do. We call them Skip. So there was an article that has come out about this, and let's look and see. Basically, it stated you got a lot of loud white people that ain't caught screaming whatever. Then it goes on to say Stephen A. Smith earned the nickname Screaming A early in his TV career because of his boisterous personality and because it's a puny rhythm. While the nickname might fit the character, the First Take host doesn't appear to view being known as Screaming A as any sort of badge of honor. Instead, he wondered why passionate white people in media aren't similarly accused of screaming all the time. Now, I have to agree with Stephen A., but a lot of his antics are very animated. I think he went on record on one show and stated that the stuff he does is animated. This article right here goes on to say during his Friday afternoon show on Mad Dog Sports Radio for Sirius SM, Stephen A. Smith critiques in the wake of Max Kellerman finally addressing the First Take breakup. Now, this is a video that we did earlier this week here on the channel. We spoke about Max Kellerman actually speaking out against Stephen A. Smith, and he stated Kellerman and anyone else while addressing his critics. But after claiming the people who talk smack about him could all kiss my ass, he pivoted to his Screaming A nickname, implying there might be a racial component behind it. He went on to say, you got a lot of loud white people that ain't called screaming whatever. Smith said they're considered passionate, but I'm screaming. And then if I'm screaming, I'm angry. But they're considered passionate, so there's discrepancy. And sometimes you feel compelled to bring that up. Now, we do know the old saying, man, they always say the angry black man. Now, that is a saying. It goes on to say Charles Barkley has similar taking issues with being known as brash, believing enthusiasm gets labeled brash. Now, me being somebody that's in the media space, I get labeled a bunch of stuff. John a clickbaiter, John be yelling all the time. It's kind of the same thing. So after looking at this in this way right here, I kind of got to agree with Stephen A. Smith that it is a stigma towards black people in the media being labeled different things, set things. Is this nice? No, it's not nice. But this is the nature of the business, what we got to deal with. Moving on to another story. Now, there has been many reports that Stephen A. Smith could be making a chance to run for president. Yes. So ever since this came out, this has truly been growing legs. This has truly been something that I believe Stephen A. Smith took as a badge of honor. Unlike the Screaming A. Smith take. He's taking this running for Democrat presidency thing as a real thing. I believe Stephen A. Smith really is going to do this, bro, because he's been going on show after show talking about him potentially running for office. And it's looking real spooky, man, to say Stephen A. Smith, I'll probably be better candidate than most Democrats. So he was on The View earlier this week, and this is what he had to say. Let's listen.
When we asked you if you wanted to run for president last time, you said, quote, hell no. So why is your name still being floated around as a contender? And is there anything that could change that to a Hell yes.
Well, number one, because I think that I'd probably be a better candidate than most Democrats. That's number one. I wouldn't say that about Wes Moore. I wouldn't say that
I
about
love
Josh
Wes Moore.
Shapiro.
Good.
I love Wes Moore. I love Josh Shapiro. Ro Khanna, I'm a fan of. I like him a lot.
Jason Crow,
You got to pay attention to Gavin Newsom. He's gaining some traction. I don't think he'll win, but he's gaining traction.
Why not?
Because I think that ultimately they'll look at the state of California.
Yeah,
They'll
California is
look
a
at
tough
affordability,
sell.
look at homelessness, look at crime, and they'll say, hello, highest cost of living in the country. They'll be like, what? Wait a minute now. So I think that'll be a problem for him, but he's articulate enough to defend himself, and we'll see what happens with that. But
that's not his fault.
But as it pertains to me, I don't have any desire to be a politician. My life is really, really nice. But in the same breath, I see what I saw prior to the election. If you're going to come to me and tell me that's our alternative, what was going on before the election, and you're saying, Stephen A., you could be on the debate stage with these politicians and you get an opportunity to call them out.
Are you referring to
I
Kamala?
would love it. I'm referring to all of them. Everybody, nobody's getting a pass from the Democratic Party. Well, again, she was the candidate, but we know what happened. I thought she was set up to fail by the Democratic Party personally because you bypassed the primary. You knew that Biden wasn't ready. You knew it for a year, and you did nothing. And you were really trying to sell the American people on pushing him forward as the Democratic nominee, knowing that inauguration he would have been 82 years of age. Stop it.
So what?
They knew better. That's a problem for him, not everybody. Nancy Pelosi is sharp, but Biden didn't appear that way. Period.
He may not have appeared that way, but my stuff was a lot cleaner and better when he was in.
Yeah,
I'm just gonna say it.
We know how the view feel about Trump. We know how they feel about the Republican Party. We're not here to talk politics. But I want to dive into this article, man, because I feel like there's some merit to Stephen A. Smith possibly running. He didn't say that he wasn't, bro. He never denied that he wasn't running, bro. He stated that he'll be better than any other Democratic person that was running, bro. He never said that he wasn't going to run. And this article said, just as Smith is admitting to balance appealing to Democrats and Republican audience with his political show, he's trying to balance keeping his name in the mix for president without actually having an interest in running. They say he don't have an interest. It looked like Stephen A. Smith could be running for president, bro. I just got to be honest here, man. It looked like Stephen A. Smith could be making a push to run. It's looking that way to me. But at the end of the day, we don't know. That's something we'll just have to track and monitor here on the channel. I don't know, but we just got to pay attention. Now, his comments about white folks, I have to agree with him on that after getting more clarity about it. And being somebody that works in sports media and read the comments and see what people say about me online, read different articles, I could relate. But with that being said, I am John the Liquidator. This has been another episode of the Liquidator Report. Get down in the comment section right now. Let me know y'all thoughts about this. Keep them bells on because I'm dropping one more today. We on the road to getting this channel monetized, and it would be greatly appreciated if you guys would share the videos, share it with your friends, share it with your cousins, share it with your homeboy, auntie, share it with everybody. We're trying to get this channel monetized. And until next time, man, peace out.